Hi, my name is Elliott, and I was a student of Shelly's. She was my career coach for about 3 months. We had 10 career coaching sessions together, and I want to tell you a little bit about that experience. So for starters, I approached the possibility of a career coach after a conversation that I had with a friend who was starting an MBA at UC Irvine, and she told me a huge part of the reason that she got to that place was because she had a career coach over the past 6 months or so that got her there. And I was pretty skeptical at first, but I was at a pretty low point in my life, and I was studying for the GRE aimlessly, like a lot of lost 20-somethings do. I wasn't able to understand what it is I wanted to do and how I could get there. I was basically living under a lot of false assumptions and rules I'd created for myself that were only limiting. And this I would kind of, untangle and understand as I worked with Shelly. Yeah, so I was unemployed. I had just moved from New York to Texas because the music venue I worked at in New York shut down as COVID took over, and the music industry was different, and life was very different, and I saw it as a perfect opportunity to transition into the world of social impact. But I didn't know how to do that. So after talking with my friend Kelsey and, understanding that me studying for the GRE was really just a Band-Aid I was putting on, I decided to interview career coaches in Austin. So I was pretty disappointed at first because I wasn't really connecting with anyone and I wasn't getting excited by the process. No one was really, invigorating me until I met Shelly. And right off the bat, she was passionate, she was forward, and she was capable. I just felt like this was really the right coach for me. So looking back now, it's kind of hard to even know where to begin because we did so much and I've grown so much from the experience that it's almost hard to put into words. But what I will say, instead of kind of, going through everything, all the tests I took or every little thing that we worked on, I'm going to just describe overall kind of what she did for me. So, I felt like I was living in these rules and assumptions about myself, about what the social impact industry was like, about what career transitioning was like, that were only limiting me and kind of just beating me down. And Shelly helped me open up a whole world of possibilities. She changed my perceptions of things, my perspectives. She broke down my assumptions. We created new rules to live by. She just widened my horizons. And she showed me how to transition into the field of social impact from the music industry that I was in. So we basically took all of these factors, what I was good at, where I'd worked, where I'd been, where I wanted to go, what I was passionate about, my criteria for a job, all of these things that we really worked through and dove deep into. And we created this new vision for myself. What did I want from life? What did I want from a career? How was I going to get there? What were the first steps? What were the first goals? What were the long goals? We really dove into everything, and it was incredible. From right off the bat, I was learning how to transform my resume. I was learning how to communicate and transfer my skills to a new industry. I was learning how to interview. And all of this played a huge role in where I am today, which 3.5 months later, I've accepted a position with Vera Institute of Justice, which is a nonprofit that has 350 employees and works out of 4 different cities in the US. They've been around for over 60 years. They are a powerhouse. They're incredible. And I'm an operations associate with them. So I'm not in an entry-level role, which, was a constant fear I had before, was that when I transition, I have to start, from the bottom up. And I didn't have to do that. I didn't sell myself short. I learned how to present myself. I learned how to transition my skills. And I learned how to interview over a really hard and long interview process that was basically over the course of the latter part of Shelly and I's sessions together. So I just, I couldn't be more happy to have worked with Shelly. My experience was totally transformative, professionally and emotionally and personally. I mean, of course, Shelly helped me grow professionally tremendously, but she also helped me grow mentally. I mean, I meditate or do yoga every morning now. I read her mindfulness book, even though she'd never, said that I had to or anything, but I found it so good that I read it. And now I'm into mindfulness and self-compassion because I've understood how helpful they are in my life, because Shelly helped me understand the relationship between your mental health and emotional health and your professional development and career. That was huge for me because at a time when I had really low self-esteem and low confidence, she helped me understand that there was no reason to feel that way. So overall, I know that was a little bit of a sporadic talk, but she helped me incredibly, and she's a huge part of the reason I am where I am today, and I can't honestly recommend her enough. I mean, the experience was absolutely invaluable for me, and there's no reason to be skeptical about career coaching in general. I was once a skeptic. So I encourage you all to find your career coach, work with Shelly. Honestly, she's absolutely amazing. And if you have any questions about the methodology, about, I don't know, what other things I got out of it, please let me know. Email me. I'm more than happy to discuss it, because honestly, this was such a transformative experience for me that I only want to allow others to experience that too. So good luck in your future professional endeavors, and feel free to reach out.